Welcome to this video. So essentially, it's just going to be an outline of what's going to be involved within the consultations, the water digital demonstrations, which is what they've been termed. So everything that's involved in this video won't be the entirety of what's going to be involved in the actual 15-minute calls themselves, as they are going to be 15 minutes. Some of them can go for a bit longer depending on the request of yourself or whoever the person is going to be booking in that consultation for the digital demonstrations. But it's just an outline of what can be involved, because I understand there's going to be people are going to want relevant information. They're going to want every single facet of the specifications and how the buttons work and all that stuff. Some people may want to know a bit more, and that's why this video is outlining all the information that's involved within. But based upon how the call goes, then there's other information that I can bring up that if you wanted to have them gone over, so to speak. And yeah, but this specific video, it's going to be containing everything that I would have available for those of you who would want to know that information. So let's get to it now. Wonderful. So what's going to be involved in the call is essentially I'll show you all the experiments, the tests. I'll show you some reviews. I'll also give my own personal review for myself as well. And I'll have a section where you can ask questions and I'll give you answers if I can. And we'll go through that as well. Just have a bit of conversation, quick Q&A. Then we can also go over the benefits and uses. We'll also go through the business perspective. So there's a bit of, as there is with many things today in today's day and age, there's like misinformation, misconceptions about certain things. And so when it comes to the business perspective, I'll go over some information that would be relevant there as well. And then also acquisition solutions / just payment options. And we can also go over that as well. There'll be a section where we can cover that in detail. So some people might want to go on a payment plan and get installments, which is something that's available. There's also a credit card. So there's all that information will also be covered in depth as well. So we're going to go through some of the tests now. So obviously right now we're showing the photonic potential, the potential of Kangen water to actually power electrically lights apparatuses, let's say. So in this instance, this is just showing that Kangen water has voltage, electricity, energy within the water that's able to obviously power the that light here in the video. And here we have the tea extract that is infusing into the water a lot more rapidly within the Kangen water as shown, and the tap water takes a bit more time. And the reason why Kangen water is able to be absorbed into the tea bag extract a lot faster is because of what is known as aquaporins and the water, Kangen water's negative electric charge. And here we have Danusha, which you can also go and direct to her YouTube channel. It has her name there. And this is a ORP test, which is a abbreviate for oxidation reduction potential, which is testing a liquid's potential to either oxidize or reduce. Oxidation is the removal of electrons. Reduction is the addition of electrons. And in this instance, when this meter shows a negative reading, that means that it has a high potential to reduce. So negative 400, that's a high reading, meaning it's going to be able to donate electrons to your body or function as an antioxidant. And here we have pH drop test, and when it reaches the blue or purple end, that's indicating that the solution or the water in this case has electrons present or is alkaline, quote unquote. Alkaline is just indicating is another word. And so what alkaline is essentially, it's indicating electricity. and electricity is measured, or voltage in this case, is measured in water as pH. It was coined, the term pH was coined, let's say, from a man called San Sorensen. Um, so that's a little bit about that. And the red or orange readings indicating the presence of protons or hydrogen ions, or what it's actually a measurement of is hydronium ions. But essentially, it's that means it's acidic. When it's red or orange, it's an indication of acidity, meaning it will rob your body of electrons when you drink the water. In this case, we can see that water is alkaline. So this next test slash experiment is quite interesting. This was the credits is there, so you can go to that YouTube channel of that respective person who's posted this. But yeah, it shows it's essentially showing the reverse oxidation. So raisins are dry fruit version of grapes, and when you place them into a bowl of water, of Kangen water, and you let them sit for a period of time, they actually begin to reduce, which means that they anti-oxidize. They're able to reverse the oxidation of the grapes, of the raisins back into grapes, which is really fascinating. So that is showing again Kangen water's ability to anti-oxidize. And this next one is also it's also a good one. Let's say I found this on YouTube again. So the person who originated this is credited above, but it's showing plant growth rapidity. So the the plant that was watered with tap water, in contrary to the Kangen watered plant, grew slower, and the plant that had the Kangen water obviously grew faster. Which is I actually did this experiment myself, which is it happened. The same thing happened. The plant that I was watering with tap water, it didn't grow as fast as the one that I watered with Kangen water, which is again it's really fascinating to see, and it's amazing to witness like in person that stuff. And here we can see the oil being emulsified by the strong Kangen water 11.5 option that's available on the machine. So you can actually modulate the pH and the actual uh, chemical structure of the water. And so as we can see, when it's at a higher pH level, we can see that the oil actually emulsifies, which is it's great for people, for businesses and business owners, and for mothers that cook and people who cook oil cook. I cook myself. Um, that use oil, and so you can actually wash the oil off of the plates that would otherwise, or the other plate of the gunk off the dishes that would otherwise may be a lot more difficult, but this option of water can actually make this a lot more easier. So yeah, it's great. Okay, and the strong Kangen water 11.5 option also has the ability to actually wash pesticides off of your produce. So if you buy fruits, if you buy vegetables, and you're cooking again, you can also wash all of those nasty pesticides off of your produce, and then be able to make fresh fruits and vegetables for consumption. Here is another experiment showing Kangen water improving and increasing the blood flow. So you can see comparatively to the other beverages that were being drank, that were drunk. Sorry, and yeah, it's quite apparent. And there is other repeated experiments that people who have done this experiment. Sorry, and they've also witnessed the same results. There's an improving and increase in the blood flow rate. So yeah. Also, pets, the canines, they prefer to have this Kangen water. So if you were to pour out some Kangen water and get out some tap water and put it out for the dog in different separate bowls, what has happened? It's been found with dogs, cats, and even cattle. They actually prefer the Kangen water, which is also something that's also fascinating as well. That the animals are able to intuit and discern which they would have as their preference.
All right. So, one bit of information coming out next year. These are information that's coming from our science team. Is Kangen use inside of an animal study going on in Kansas, and the reproductive health of our animals are starting to improve at levels we could have never imagined. So that means the water is doing some amazing things in cattle. Is it important for our cattlemen?
Yeah.
It is. Is it important at a time right now where we're trying to talk about how to improve efficiency?
So in this test slash experiment, it's just showing that the carbon dioxide from your breath, because we breathe out carbon dioxide, whether that's going to oxidize the water, which doesn't happen to Kangen water. So it's unable to be oxidized from carbon dioxide. And then thereafter, there's going to be a next experiment size test, which is going to address something that may come up as a question after having seen this carbon dioxide experiment. Naturally, leading on from the carbon dioxide being unable to affect the Kangen water, and it's unable to oxidize Kangen water, it could possibly lead to the question of, is this going to be affecting the stomach acid? And according to according to, in this case, Dr. G. Mahan, he has demonstrated that it doesn't affect the stomach acid. I've also witnessed other contents that has said that it does, and other people who have said that it doesn't. Um, Nonetheless, based upon what Dr. G. Mahan has indicated here, it doesn't affect your stomach acid. And I'd also offer this as well, even if it did, which according to this it doesn't. But hypothetically, if it did, there's different medications and therapeutic protocols that you would go through whenever you, let's say, you go to a doctor and they give you a certain they give you a certain medicine that you take for a certain interim. You don't take that for the remainder of your life anyway. Um, so let's say you want to get this water because you think, okay, maybe it's going to be able to help me not making any medical claims with whatever ailment you may be going through, but you want to just drink it for a certain amount of time, and you get over that, whatever it is that you're experiencing, then that's beautiful. And maybe you don't want to drink it anymore. Okay, that's fine. I've been drinking it for 3 years. I know a lot of other people have been drinking it for quite some time as well. And again, according to this video right here, it doesn't affect your stomach acid. And in this test, it's showcasing more so showing you're listening in. And when you get a lighter, I have a lighter with you right now. So when you run the Kangen water, you turn it on, you select 9.5 octane, and you light the lighter and you keep it on. Obviously, you can see in the video. I don't have to narrate every single minutiae detail. But essentially, you get a lighter and you can hit the cracker. That popping sound is what is known as molecular hydrogen or diatomic hydrogen, and that's what's causing that popping. Because when you get fire and you put it up next to hydrogen, that's what happens.
Rust.
And so
Anti-oxidizing from this wrench.
Whoa.
See how the water's turning rust color? It's taking it off.
That's awesome.
Cool. Okay, so it has been almost about 30 hours later, and this is what we're looking at. You can see here that the water has turned kind of this rusty orange color. You can see all of the rust in the bottom of the glass about 30 hours later. And you can take this thing out, and I think you can see that I can pretty much, oh, sorry. Most of the rust is gone, and a lot of it's coming off. I just rub it off onto my thumb. Yay! And my finger, look, all that rust is coming off because it's such a strong antioxidant water. There you have it, folks.
I trust the experiments and tests were fun to watch. So now just with the reviews, we're just going to show some reviews from a movement, let's say, for lack of a better word, an ecosystem, let's say, termed Wake Water Co. And Wake Water Co. They term it. They use the clinical scientific name, which is of Kangen water, which is electrolyzed reduced water, and they've this is what they've shown. People have had medicinal experiences with. This isn't medical claims, but I'm not making any medical claims. I'm just sharing what people have given their review on as it relates to electrolyzed reduced water, which is Kangen water. To see more reviews and testimonials on people's experiences with Kangen water, anecdotal experiences, you just simply do a quick YouTube search. Just type it in Kangen water, and you'll be able to see a lot of videos. You have to scroll down because there is people that are speaking out against it. I suspect there's business motivations behind it, and well, let's say a bit of a nefarious um, intentions behind that, or maybe just in their mind they think they're doing the right thing. Uh, Nevertheless, you can see more Kangen water testimonials. So again, you're just searching in YouTube, type it in Kangen water testimonial review, scroll down, and as you continue scrolling, you're going to see a lot of different testimonials and reviews for all different types of ailments in which people have experienced therapeutic and medicinal effect from having consumed electrolyzed reduced water, also known as Kangen water. Okay, so obviously in the presentation I'll give you a little bit of overview and a preview of insight into my personal experience in my testimonial, my review, let's say. So there's a bit of a story behind me actually getting the machine in the water. But basically, what I love so much about it is pretty much just the learning. So getting this machine and getting involved with the business model, it's not forced me, but that's probably not the best word to use, but it's allowed me, and it's very much inspired me to be able to go and read a ton of books about water and also about business. But learning a lot about water and all the information, education pertaining to water, and it's just been it's so fascinating for me. I love reading. I love all the information I've learned. But that has been it's funny because most people that talk about the water, like the benefits of the water, and definitely so that is the case for myself as well. Like in terms of my focus, my energy, and just the overall health benefits for myself. I mean, I'm not necessarily somebody who is struggling with my health. Like I work out and I do things that I take care of my health. I actively do the things that I need to do to ensure that I am healthy. But adding the water has definitely been a large component to that as well, because it is said that we're 80% water, and according to Gerald H. Pollock, the professor of bioengineering and one of the world-renowned water scientists right now, and recently wrote The Fourth Phase of Water, and he also wrote about the cell, and he's really changing things up in the field of science. Um, there you go, the learning stuff. I would never have learned about that if I haven't delved into learning about water. But yeah, the health benefits, in terms of the nootropic quality, neurologically, focuses a lot better. It can function as a nootropic. It's very neuro enhancing, let's say. And just so many other things. Like I use it for my cooking. I use the water for my cooking. I use the water for my face. I use it for and anything that I can use it for, I'll utilize it for. But obviously, drinking water has been definitely has played a demonstrable role in just overall health benefits. And yeah, I love. But the main thing that I wanted to make apparent is I love the fact that it's motivated me and it's allowed me to be able to learn so much just about water and many other things as well. So in terms of for me, my personal review, let's say, has been that about Kangen water is it has inspired me to become educated and to continually educate and to know things for myself. And so that's what I have to say about it. Again, I couldn't really, obviously, I'm a bit biased here. I couldn't recommend it enough for people. But yeah, definitely thankful that I made this choice and I took this quote risk. Let's say, because some people it can be looked at as a big investment. But I'm happy that I bought it, and I wouldn't change anything. But as for you, as for anybody else, I would recommend to change their water and to change their life. So this section right here would be a Q&A. Mind you, throughout the entirety of the call, there's going to be a Q&A at any point. So I don't really know why I put this section here, but essentially, anyone who has any questions, whatever they may be, I'll address them if I can. If I can't, I'll just simply state it that I can't. But yeah, throughout the entirety of the call, any questions, I'll provide you with answers if I can. And for those of you who would want to who want to learn about the benefits in a more in-depth manner, there's four sites I'd recommend you go to. So there's obviously PubMed. You'd search for the terms that are assigned there that are provided. So you can go to PubMed, you can go to Google Scholar, and you can also go to Dimensions API. And also, furthermore, you can go to ResearchGate and you can look up the term Kangen water and search for the Trio publication of the mathematical model of Kangen water, which is fantastic to be able to see that these three professors actually studied this and they wrote this mathematical model of Kangen water. But the search terms are as follows: so electrolyzer reduced water, deuterium depleted water, and molecular hydrogen. So those three terms, you're going to find out a lot of information on those sites about all the benefits that have been clinically studied on those forms of water and their properties. And for those of you that would like, there's also a free document that I've created outlining all the benefits and uses of the Kangen water, Kangen water 9.5, and the different options of Kangen water, which you'll be able to download again in the link in the description. And for those of you who would like to learn more about the business model and how the compensation works, all the information pertaining to that, I know this is something that people may want to know about. Again, there's also a free document that I created. I also primed it with a few, let's say, prospective providers. So essentially, the information that's in there, it's going to show you. I've drawn information from the likes of Robert Kiyosaki and a man called Burke Hedges, and they write on network marketing, and they talk about it. And I think Robert Kiyosaki's notations are particularly significant. They kind of help you just provide perspective on network marketing and direct sales, and also just some figures on direct sales from statistics sites that have been cited within the document. So you can have a read about it in there, and you'll definitely be able to see all the different facets that are the most significant facets about the business model, which is that there is no sign-up fee. There, apart from having to purchase a machine, product that does have a direct distribution system attributed to it, and there's no deadlines. You don't have to make quota. It's completely all up to yourself. Anyway, you better learn about it in the document. So links in the description, and you can download it for free and have a read at a time that is available. And for those of you who would want to get onto, let's say, a payment plan, or you're ready to purchase the K8 level UK K8 machine to this water ionizer, I've created a video going through all the payment solutions, so specifically to address the installments and the credit card option that is available. So again, links in the description, and you can watch through that. And there's also a document if you prefer to read through it that I created. You can also read through it there. Nonetheless, the video walkthrough goes through step by step how to actually get the machine for those of you that are ready to do so. And of course, when this is being presented, we'll also address it there as well.